I mean, just a few days ago, you're standing in Arkansas holding the NC2A indoor trophy. Talk about, before we move on to the outdoor season, talk a little bit about that accomplishment and what that felt like.
It was awesome experience. Good to go there and beat all the odds makers, and more importantly, it was good for our team and our seniors. We had talked a little bit before going down there about how there were some kids on our team that had never ever lost one of those meets, and to see them continue to stay on top and to go out as winners was huge for our program and huge for them.
Which keeps the Triple Crown in play. And as you know, no women's team has ever done that in history. And what, as you move into the outdoor season, is that something you guys talk about, think about? I know you want to win the outdoor season.
Yeah, I was going to say the most important thing for us right now is going to be the Oregon preview. The Oregon preview is the next thing on our schedule, and that's the thing that we'll focus on. We'll take the next meet after that and the next meet after that, but right now our focus is solely on the Oregon preview. Now,
so what should we expect to see on Saturday?
Good. The Oregon preview, you should expect to come early and see the Run, Jump, Throw clinic. Right? Kim McManus there with the city of Eugene is going to be bringing some of the kids down, and we're partnering with them, the Oregon Track Club, and us, the University of Oregon, is putting together a clinic right here at, registration starts at 9:45, and I think the first thing there is a team picture at 10, or maybe it's even 10:30. That's the big thing there is for us to have the opportunity to give back to the community and help the kids. You know, the Ducks love the kids, and for us to go and do that is always huge. We've done it for a few years now, but meet-wise, event-wise, you should expect some of our stars to compete. We're also going to be at the end of the Oregon preview have an autograph session with some of those same people there, with pictures taken with the two trophies that we've won this year, the cross-country trophy and the Indoor National Championship trophy. So two trophies there that people can come down and get autographs and posters and take pictures and those sort of things. But after that, we're going to to put a closure or a stamp on the indoor season, and we're going to sort of like honor our officials, all the officials that are here, as well as our team, and we're going to have a barbecue in the Living Learning Center to show our appreciation for all of our officials for all the work that they did, and kind of wrap up and put closure to our indoor season.
Will anybody that competed indoors compete Saturday?
Absolutely. You'll see some kids out there.
Like
oh gosh, now you're asking me to look at the entry list. Mike Berry, English Gardner, Jenna Prandini, all of those competed, and they're going to run.
Are they going to go up, or
definitely up? They're definitely going to go up. We'll get some practice there and do some handoff stuff, because we need that work. We need as much of that work as we can get. But then after that, they'll run an up event. So you could probably expect Mike in the 800.
Yeah. I wonder if he was pain.
Coach.
But more importantly, sorry about that.
No,
but more importantly, as far as those events, of course, about those people that were in NCAAs. What about those kids that haven't had an opportunity to compete, and it's going to be their first time to put the O on their chest and have a Oregon uniform? So the Greg Skippers, the Tanner Harrises, here's a name that you love, the Liz Brenners. Those guys, a chance to come out and represent Oregon track and field would be huge for what we're trying to do.
What will Liz do?
Javelin.
Shot?
No.
No, just javelin?
Just javelin.
And how many workouts has she been able to get in? I mean, do you have any idea? She has been able to.
1, 2,
Okay.
3. How many more days we got for the preview?
Today is what, Wednesday?
There you go. So maybe up to 4 by the time we get to Saturday.
You know, her sister throws the shot for Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
Is she coming down, do you know?
I don't know if they're coming down or not. I didn't pay attention. I looked at the shot list, but I was probably just looking for our names on there.
Yeah. What kind of potential does Liz have in the javelin?
Probably a little too early to tell. Like I said, she's only had 1 or 2 practices, but we're asking her to come and get her feet wet early. I don't know how many opportunities she'll have throughout the outdoor season, but this is an opportunity here at home that doesn't cause too much of havoc in her schedule. So it only seems fitting for her to come out here and compete. And we sat down and we talked with Coach Moore, and he's all for it. He's looking forward to it. He almost encourages her to come out here and be a part of the track and field program and what we're doing.
Some other names that are going to get a chance to show their stuff that didn't compete indoors? I mean, your high jumpers?
Yeah, the Summers and Crockett's, the Monteverdes. Pretty much if they're on our team and on our roster, they're gonna line up. Now, of course, I always tell the coaches to do what's in best interest of the athlete, and if that means not running them competing, then they definitely have that choice. But for the most part, and looking at it today, there was a good contingent on there.
Coach, getting over the hump outdoors, for the proverbial hump, is that an elephant in the room at all for you guys? I know you talked about the focus on the Oregon preview, but short-term, long-term keys to getting over that quote-unquote hump.
Well, we haven't even begun to look at what it's going to take to put together a team for the outdoor nationals. Basically, just like I said earlier, all our focus and all our talks and conversations have been about getting ready for the preview.
As the outdoor season opens here, can you talk about some of the things that people might look forward to on the outdoor schedule?
Well,
Arkansas men.
That's coming up there within the Oregon relays.
Right?
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have the Oregon relays there, and within that meet you're gonna have the men's duel, the men of Oregon versus the Razorbacks. There in that meet, so that'll be a good thing. And then of course you always have our traditional Pepsi meet,
right,
which will be huge. We kind of always really open up and get things started at the Pepsi meet. As far as it being a score and people being awarded a winner and loser, so that's kind of one of the meets. But there'll be a small contingent of people that go to Texas. When you talk about the preview, the next up is Texas.
Relays.
There'll be a good amount of group there. We'll split the team. Some will go to Texas, some will go to Stanford. So a chance to get some of those qualifiers out and regional marks that we have to get to go to regionals. A lot of that stuff will be done over those next couple of weekends. And then, like I said, when you talk about after April, we have the Mount Sac. So there'll be a small group of women that will go to Mount Sac while the men duel the Razorbacks here.
This is long-term and maybe better suited for somebody, but Jordan Hassay is planning to run a 10K this spring, from what she's told me and other people. Any idea when that might happen? Is that one of the Stanford meets?
I don't necessarily know right off the top of my head as far as when she's going to open up in the 10K, but right now it'll be about taking some time off and recharging the batteries before we get back started to the outdoor season.
Coach, can you guarantee that this will be the weather for the Oregon preview?
Only if you want to ask me who's going to win the indoor championship. But I was just telling the kids there, I haven't seen them for, we left on Wednesday of last week, so I haven't seen them since Wednesday of last week. So they kind of been having some of our volunteers kind of run practice and do the workouts. And I was telling them, I don't know what's going on in Eugene, but we've had quite a few of these nice days. And I guess when I first got here, I coined the term called "It's freaking beautiful out here." And so I used to yell that every time I came out onto the track. And so, of course, the kids picked that up over the years. And whenever they get days like that, they just all start yelling, "It's freaking beautiful out here." And so it's been that. We've been truly blessed as far as weather's concerned so far. I don't want to knock on wood or whatever, but we've definitely had some good weather here over the last month or so.
What about coming back from the indoors? Greg was giving a little insight to the adventures. Any stories that resulted from that, from your perspective?
Here's a story for you, and this happened in one of our small groups that got out and came back in the wee hours of the morning. We're driving in the van, and it's me, Mike Berry, Ann Kesselring, and Becca Friday. And so I'm driving them back to Eugene, and they're talking about we just finished with the the NCAA championship when we got a trophy. But Coach, your ops people, the meet Friday, Saturday was their prelims. Today is definitely their finals, and if they're ever going to be tested, they're going to be tested on this trip right here, because the logistics and getting back were an absolute nightmare. And if your ops people are ever going to be tested, this was the weekend to test them and to get them done. But of course, they stepped up and rose to the occasion. And Jill Steele and Matt Downs did an excellent job in making sure that we had everything we need. So as far as stories, that's kind of one of the ones that kudos to those guys for going above and beyond what they needed to do. Like at one point in time, Matt Downs went and got a hotel so he wouldn't just be sitting in the airport waiting on the next group to arrive to drive him back. So there's the back and forth there, and he's awesome. I bet you he knows all the potholes in the road up I-5. He drove it so much. Yeah.
Coach, thank you.